get ready.
Into a crisis times when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out. Waltzing.
Whoops. Well, say hi. Here's little Serena. She decided to come up and see who I was talking to. Welcome, guys. Welcome to BB's. Back to Basics. I'm Brenda. Today we're going to talk about, if she lets me, you going to let me talk about it? Okay, we are going to talk about a product that comes in a tube. Starts with C. Now, you need a magnifying glass to read this. So I already took the honors of getting a magnifying glass out and writing this down. And we are talking about toothpaste today. And I'm going to show you how to make your own, because you are going to want to pause this. You are going to want to make your own after we after I tell you about this. So it says here to begin with, active ingredient: sodium monofluorophosphate. One word, right? Sodium monofluorophosphate. And the active ingredients are inactive ingredients: dicalcium, phosphate dihydrate, water, glycerin, sodium lauryl sulfate, cellulose gum, flavor, tetrasodium pyrophosphate. Can't even pronounce some of these. Sodium saccharin. I want to talk about the warnings it says on this little tiny tube. It's a tiny little tube. And I'm going to squeeze it all out and get rid of it. I don't want anybody using it. Warnings: keep out of reach of children under 6 years of age. If more than used for brushing is accidentally swallowed, get medical help or contact the Poison Control Center right away. Directions: adults and children 2 years and older, brush teeth thoroughly, preferably after each meal, or at the least twice a day, or as directed by a dentist or a physician. And then it goes back to say children 2 to 6 years, use only a pea-size amount, and supervise your child's brushing and rinsing. Okay, makes a lot of sense, right? To minimize swallowing, supervise. Children under 2 years, ask your dentist or physician. If we only knew what some of this stuff was, there's even sodium saccharin in it. I'm no doctor, I'm no dentist, but it's, let me tell you what saccharin is. It's unstable when heated, but does not react chemically with other food ingredients, which makes it good for storage. So it's a good storage. It holds up good on the shelf for a long time so that they can sell it and make their money. And this substance, it was first discovered in 1878 by research Constantine Fallberg, who was working on coal tar derivatives in a laboratory at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. The use of the substance became widespread during sugar shortages of the World War I. Its popularity further increased during the 1960s and 70s. That's when, I was born. And then my child. As a result of its calorie-free status. calorie free, because everybody was putting on weight and they're watching their calories and this and that. Well, calories, as we all know, is like calories to the body is like fuel to your car. That's what makes it run. So you want to put good fuel in your car. You're not going to put propane or some other kind of fuel that isn't required to make the car run. But calories are good foods, healthy foods that make our body run. So we want to have good calories, and we're not going to get into all that right now. And then it, saccharin is in this little tube too, and it has no food energy. It can trigger the release of insulin in humans due to its sweet taste. And then the safety on the use of saccharin in human food has been plagued by safety concerns during the early 1970s. Studies on lab rats linked saccharin with the development of bladder cancer in rats. They use rats because they're the closest DNA of humans, apparently. But following strong opposition to the ban from the general public, saccharin was the only artificial sweetener available at that time. The United States Congress intervened and allowed saccharin to remain in the food supply as long as all food containing the artificial sweetener, and it was labeled with a health warning in 2000. The warning labels products were removed by the FDA, reversed its position, declaring it to be safe, and it's not. So let's research some of this. I guess the point is, start reading your labels. We need to read our labels, what we're putting in our mouths. It says, children shouldn't use it under the age of 2. Well, nobody should use it, not even adults, because it's just harmful stuff. So let's toss that. So I'm going to show you. This is what I use. I use baking soda, and I'm going to show you how to make it. And it is so easy, and it's easy and safe. And so this is my actual jar I keep right in my bathroom with my toothbrush. And all you do is get your toothbrush, you're going to wet it, and you're going to dip it in to the baking soda. I also, that's why I have these are a few essential oils, and I got like the grade, food grade. But I put in, and you don't need very much at all, and I got all these jars out here because like I have some fancy jars, you can, and these are just jelly jam, jam and jelly jars that you can pick up at your any big box store or wherever. So I make my own facial wash, a toner, a moisturizer, and I also make an awesome honey cinnamon serum mask. Now guys, this could be for you too, because it's not just for us ladies to cleanse our faces and keep ourselves cleansed, and our teeth and our children either. But you can, if you don't have to use these jars, I have some laid out kind of pretty in my bathroom, but you could use any jar, and you can use the size jar. You can get little stickers, and you know, make them do whatever you want. And this is how, you know, the lids come. Or you can, you know, get the little fancy lids with the butterflies on them, or decorate it up any way you want. You can just use restored jars. You know, I had one with some jelly in it. Clean it out and use this, for example, or a little jar from baby food. You know, I like using glass because it's easy to clean, wash, and sterilize. So now let's start, and this is so simple, everybody. This is so simple. I'm going to start with the product is just baking soda. Just baking soda, and you know, and it's, you pretty much can just, you only need what you need, you know, the amount that you're filling with the jar. Okay, so let's 1 scoop. Let's just, so that's probably like a 1/2 cup, depending on what size you want to make. You might want to make, you know, a big jar, and then put it into individual jars for like the family, and they can each have their own, you know, little Bobby, Susie, Jim, John, Joe, Mark, Matthew, Luke, or John. So that's what you can do, is baking soda, and it's good for you. If you swallow it, you're fine. It's it's good. It's safe, and if you don't, you shouldn't be using it if it's not edible. You know, anything that I'm just like shocked by. You know, and it's not that expensive in the store either. A tube of toothpaste, you can pick it up for 99 cents, but that's harmful. You know, just because it's cheap don't mean you can use it, and they make it cheap. What to make us ill? I don't know. But anyway, let's get on with it. And then what I do with mine, what I have in here in my jar that I keep right at my sink, my toothbrush, is I put the baking soda in my jar, and then I use essential oils. And I like peppermint, you know, you could get spearmint, and you can, you know, start with a few essential oils. You know, you can get from lemon to frankincense to cinnamon, lavender, rosemary, and you know, if these are food grade, eucalyptus, then you can make all your beauty aids, and you know, your cleansers, and your mouthwash, and your moisturizers, with just using these. And then, so I'm getting ahead. Let's finish this. I mean, from using stuff right from your kitchen. Coconut oil is a great moisturizer. You can put that in a fancy little jar too, you know. This is a cleanser using baking soda, 1/2 and 1/2. So whatever size jar you use, baking soda. This is what I use in my, you know, in my kitchen to cook with and to eat, and it's safe and edible. Is virgin coconut oil, unrefined, and it might be expensive, but you know what? It's more worth it. But if you're getting rid of the crap, if you don't want the crap that's not good for you out of your life, instead of buying a couple bags of potato chips, you know, that are $3 a piece, and you got 3 bags, 3 times 9, you know, there's $9. You can get this for 5 or 6, you know. It's well worth it. And then, so baking soda, oh my gosh, you can get that's so cheap and it works so great. Why? I mean, we put it in our refrigerator to absorb odors. You know, to get rid of odors. We use it for, you can use it for cleaning. And then, so what I have here is some peppermint. So, and it doesn't take much at all, because that's going to absorb it. So, you know, 1-2 drops. If you want more, if you want it to flavor up, you know, if you want it a little bit more, go for it. But start out with just a drop, you know, or 2. And then I also put clove leaf in mine. And clove is, you know, if you like it, you can pick and choose. You can use it without, but there's so many, you know, you could put lemon, rosemary, lemon, you know, all the different herbs. The one I like is peppermint with just 1 little drop of clove. And I like these little stainless steel baby food, spoon. And so at home you could, you know, fill this jar. It's just a little jar, and that's all you're going to do. You're going to stir it. I mean, how simple is this? Without all my talking and babbling on, this will only take not even a second, you know, 1 minute to pour some baking soda, a few drops of your essential oil, if you choose. So you're gonna, you know, put the lid on it, and like I said, there you go. That's your safe, good toothpaste. And if you got others in the family, get yourself some labels. You know, these are little tiny jars. You can make them whatever size you want. And you can write on them, you know, and give each child and yourself, you know,